The things you play in your ears influence your patterns of thought. If your attention is a beam of light that can be maneuvered, then the commentators and the pundits get to choose where it is directed when you listen to them. But it's not just your intangible mind. The unnatural food you put in your body is made by companies who care little for your health and much more about their profits. If it is evident that you are constantly bombarded by outside things going into your ears, mouth, and brain, how much of you is actually you? It is difficult to consider something that is saturated with 100% pollution to be anything other than a pile of pollution itself. These words may sound harsh, but perhaps feeling offended by them will be the most real and honest thing you will experience today. Society is a collection of mask wearers interacting with other mask wearers. And there is nothing surprising about that. Throughout history, this is the way the masses have always behaved. And so long as your interests remain in the realm of what can be found whilst wearing a mask, you will be fine. So long as your interests continue to float on the surface level, and so long as your attention finds its place in things that are fleeting and temporary, you will be at home. The rare individual, however, may come to find the face that wears the mask inevitably becomes heavy and tired. And one may question whether this is the most worthwhile way to live what is a short existence. If you only have limited time, why squander what you do have living as a shell of a human? The reason a puppet can be controlled is because, like a shell, it is hollow. A hand is easily able to reach in and manipulate it, because there is nothing inside stopping it. It is empty. If, however, liquid gold was poured into that puppet and later solidified, no longer would someone be able to reach in and maneuver it. The hand would immediately be stopped by the structure of its internal wealth. People today have more material riches than ever before, but internally they are poor. They live a life dancing to the tunes and the whims of the world, and eventually collapse in exhaustion from their gesturing. And this explains why people sometimes suddenly fall into bouts of sadness or anxiety without a clear explanation. It is because for the first time in a long time, they realize they've been spending their life acting, and the toll of performing will eventually catch up with you. You may be able to numb your tiredness with a busy calendar, celebratory events, and milestones, but every anesthetic eventually wears off. And when it does, you may find yourself in a crisis of identity, midlife collapse, or spiral into depression. To this, I will ask you, have you ever seen the trees outside? Do they ever suddenly surprise you? Do they wake up one day and decide to just fall down? Nature has always been the same, consistent. And the truths about the human condition are much the same. If the tree does fall one day, it's because its fundamental structures have long been undergoing the process of withering. When you experience an internal collapse, or flail through life lacking harmony and equanimity, it's because you've been withering and rotting from the inside this whole time. You just didn't realize it. Since you stepped onto this earth and began imbibing its ways, the world has been following its process of hollowing you out. And when you then approach a death, having never lived a life that was your own, how else can you expect to experience anything other than the existence you have right now?